This is breaking news.
And our history started here in New York, and I could not be prouder of that. Congratulations to everyone. To the National Park Service. Thank you, Pride Live. Thank you to the National Park Service for making this center become a reality. And it carries on that jubilant spirit that defines all of us. I also want to say this. While we may take those rights for granted here in the state of New York, and I'll tell you, as long as I'm governor, they will be enshrined in our laws and protected in our ERA this November. Make sure you get out and support the ERA. And in fact, with great partners like our Assemblymember Deborah Glick and Tony Simone and Senator Brad Hoylman and others who gathered with us, we literally moments ago signed into law legislation that ensures that those who have AIDS have all the support they need. We're going to continue that march toward progress. But a little more fun note, we also are changing the street name of the Christopher Street subway stop to the Stonewall National Memorial Center Renter Sub. So, whether you're a local resident and want to have that sense of pride when you take the subway, or you're from somewhere else, and you look up and you see that sign, and you reflect on what that meant. It meant to the people of that time, but what it also means to the people of today. Because all of us, my friends, when there's assaults on LGBTQ plus rights all across America, we are the vanguard. We are the fighters. The torch has been passed to us as New Yorkers to honor those rights that were so hard fought for. And it's up to us to make sure that that torch glows even brighter before it's passed to the next generation. We are the ones who must stand up for our brothers and sisters and everyone, and non-binary individuals who just want a chance to live free, to love free, and be who they are. My friends, let's stand up and march together to carry on the fights of Stonewall, and it begins right here with this celebration. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you at the parade on Sunday. Happy Pride, everybody. Happy Pride.
Friends, welcome to the grand opening ceremony of the Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center, presented by Pride Live. This moment has been years in the making. Take a look.
I would come into the bar through those red curtains, and for me, every night the idea was to walk through here, get to the end of the bar, and if a song came on that I liked, that's what I danced to. This looked more America than out in Manhattan somewhere. It looked real to me. It felt like home.
The question always is, what kind of a world do we want to be a part of? I think that's time to be goddamn right. Each of us has a responsibility to take this struggle back to her and his community, translate it into daily action, tomorrow and the day after, and next week and next year. Let it be reflected in a renewed commitment to struggle for a future where we can all flourish, for not one of us will ever be free until we are all free.
And now, the Tony, Emmy, and Grammy winner and longtime supporter of Pride Live, Cynthia Erivo.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. What a wonderful honor it is to be here at the Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center. It is a beautiful day to be here with all of you beautiful people. I'm very proud to be part of this loving, joyful, creative community to show the world how powerful and connected we are. Thank you for letting me join you today to mark this auspicious and very special occasion. And if you'd let me, I'd like to celebrate that with a song. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. When that makes the tall trees bend into leaning, suddenly the raindrops that fall have a meaning, sprinkling the scene makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back there now that I have some direction. It would sure be nice to be back home where there's love and affection, and just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time be my friend, let me start again. Suddenly my world's gone and changed its face, but I still know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. Oh, and if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard for us to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we run away, or should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it's taught me to love. So it's real, real, real to me, and I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love like yours, like mine, like
Thank you. Happy Pride, everyone.
Please welcome acclaimed poet, scholar, cultural advocate, and president of the Mellon Foundation, Elizabeth Alexander.
Hello, everybody. Let's just take a moment to thank Miss Arrivo again for that rapture to get us started. Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am so honored to join so many luminaries and legends in celebrating the grand opening of the Stonewall National Monument Visitors Center. This public space is vital to telling the story of Stonewall to the American public. The courageous community uprising that took place right here in this neighborhood marked a transformative moment, because let's remember the Women's House of Detention, let's remember all of it, not just this exact spot, but everything that happened in this neighborhood. That marked a transformative moment in the long fight for LGBTQIA plus civil rights, recognition, and respect in the United States. The stories of the people who shaped that movement, who galvanized that uprising with such bravery and such love despite the violence and persecution they faced, and the community members, poets, scholars, artists, activists, teachers, folk who kept the story alive all these decades and protected it. Those stories are now accessible to all who visit this historic site. We at the Mellon Foundation are extraordinarily proud to support this space. We have done so under the auspices of our Monuments Project initiative, which aims to tell the full, accurate, and richly varied stories in our many different American communities, in our country's monuments and memorials, in its public lands and public spaces, and all throughout its commemorative landscape. The Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center is a beautiful expression of the truth, justice, and historical reckoning necessary to preserve our history. And this is especially important right now, today, when so many of our histories in our books and classrooms, and let us be clear, our histories are our lives, are under threat of erasure. We're not going to let that happen. We at Mellon are also very proud to have undertaken our support for this space in partnership with the New York organization Pride Live. Under the direction of co-founder and CEO Diana Rodriguez, and board chair Anne-Marie Gothard, Pride Live's determined advocacy and community engagement has been instrumental to the successful completion of the Visitor Center. So with this day, let us be clear. We are not turning back. We are not turning back. People have risked their lives to be who we are and to love how we love. Those rights benefit us all. To love who we love is a universal right for all of us. So we have eternal gratitude to express today for those who paved and continue to pave the way. So in that same spirit of determination and resolve, in that same energy and stir, I want to close with the words of the great, the fierce, the defiant, the brilliant visionary, New York poet June Jordan, whose name was one of the inaugural 50 cited on the National LGBTQ Wall of Honor here at the National Monument. So I hope to leave you with these words that will ring for you. Her poem, From Sea to Shining Sea, is meant to keep us energized for the continuing work to keep our histories alive and to continue to thrive in knowledge of that history. June Jordan, this is a good time. This is the best time. This is the only time to come together. Fractious, kicking, spilling, burly, whirling, raucous, messy, and free. Thank you very much.
Please welcome the president of the Human Rights Campaign, Kelly Robinson.
Happy Pride! Hey! Hello, I'm Kelly Robinson. I'm the president of the Human Rights Campaign, our nation's largest lesbian, gay, bi, trans, and queer civil rights organization. I use she, her pronouns. Yes, okay. Thank you. I'm so proud to be here. I mean, it's one thing to establish a monument. It's another thing to welcome people to it, to teach, to heal, to inspire from it. And that's why I'm so proud to be here today. This visitor center serves as a reminder to our queer community that progress is always possible, that hope is always available, It serves as a reminder also to our adversaries that we are strong, that we are resilient, and that we are never going to back down. And I'm very clear, we're not backing down, we are fighting back right now. Just like we did when cops were raiding our bars and our bathhouses. We're gonna fight back as drag shows are being targeted and shut down. Just like we did when a whole generation of gay men was being wiped out by a virus. We are going to fight back as our trans kids are being denied life-saving care. Just like we did when fundamentalists tried to paint us as less than human, we are going to tell our stories. We are going to destroy their stereotypes. Y'all, this fight that we're in is our inheritance. I mean, I think about Sylvia Rivera. I think about Stone Delavery. I think about Marsha P. Johnson. They are our ancestors. They taught us never to settle for anything less than the freedom to be who we are wherever we are. They taught us how to see a better future, but how to fight for it too. And I can tell you this firsthand. The queer women of color leading this movement today, baby, yes, we are the manifestation of their wildest dreams. I'm talking about Melanie Willingham Jaggers, who's here today. Carla Johnson, who's here today. Carla Smith, who's here today. Andy Mara, Shamina Singh, yo, we are here. And Pride Live's own Diana Rodriguez and Anne-Marie Gother, give it up for them again. How blessed are we? And my friends, now is the time to live like one day we too are going to be somebody's ancestors. So let's do the work, let's fight together, and let's get free.
Put your hands together for the first openly LGBTQ plus person elected to the New York State Legislature, serving Greenwich Village for more than 3 decades, Deborah J. Glick.
I drive the sound people crazy. This is a spectacular day as we are opening a visitor center for the first in the nation national monument focused on the LGBTQ plus community. It is here on this very site that in 1969, gay people, mostly transgender people, fought back against the consistent police harassment that had been endured by gay New Yorkers for years. The fear of discovery by family, bosses, landlords, co-workers, or even friends kept people in the closet pretending to be someone they were not. Passing has a price. That price was and is depression, isolation, and a lack of self-esteem. Being relegated to socializing only in bars, and bars that are out of the way or down an alley, was what gay people were forced into by a society of strictures that fit well for very few people. But today, so many years later, owing to the advocacy and dedicated work of so many people, the world for many, though not all of us, but many, is vastly different. I was elected as the first openly LGBTQ member of the New York State Legislature in 1990. I would never have imagined that I would vote for marriage equality or be here today for the opening of this visitor center to a national monument. But the work is far from over. Reactionary forces are threatening all of the advancements that we have made. This center will educate those who come here and raise consciousness for the countless visitors the center will host. It is my hope that the ripples of understanding will spread from here across the country to ensure a future free of discrimination and homophobia for all Americans. And I want to thank all of my colleagues in government that has made it possible for this monument and this visitor center to be here in this community. And now it is my honor to ask you to welcome to the stage Alina Torres-Zickler and her daughter, Kayla.
Just for Kayla's heels. Come on. It is an honor to be here today as a supporter of the Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center and a proud cousin of Diana Rodriguez. My mission is to protect and empower my 13-year-old daughter into the future. When people realize I'm a cisgender Puerto Rican mama of a child who is trans, living in Pennsylvania, they usually say, "Ooh, what's that like?" Well, when our daughter Kayla was 6 years old, we wanted to sign up for softball. Birth certificate was required to prove age. At the time, Kayla's certificate had an inaccurate gender marker as well as their dead name. So we discussed, did we wait until we changed the document? Hold off on softball? My husband Ken asked our mayor if he thought there'd be an issue. The mayor said, she's not the first. I thought about, in that moment, all the other young people, trans and non-binary and queer, that came before Kayla. When we lobbied our school district to have a gender-expansive, non-discrimination policy, we heard it again. She's not the first. Kayla's not the first in her family either. A family history I want her and her siblings to be aware of and proud of. For her to know my Uncle Tony, her great uncle, amongst others. You'll hear more about him from Diana later this afternoon. And realizing how many firsts Kayla was not, I uncovered the layers of people that came before, in my own community and in my own family. It is one of the many pieces of history that the center is working to move to the forefront for future generations. And as a mom, one of my greatest responsibilities is to find ways to step back and allow young leaders like Kayla to step forward. Kayla wants to share a brief poem she has written, Connecting Generations.
The title of my poem is History. I'm like them. I am them. Them, the strong people of Stonewall riots. That's history. My ancestors fighting just to be who they are. That's history. They had to be scared, worried that their family wouldn't accept them. I hope that's history. Fast forward to the future, present, I'm able to express who I am. Struggles. There are still struggles. Anti-LGBTQ plus laws still circle the states. That's history. That's present. My family supports me. That's history, and that's present. My great uncle, veteran immortalized for everyone to honor. Everyone's history.
And now, please welcome a friend to Pride Live for many years, Johnny Manuel, joined by the Sing Harlem Choir.
we on? Hello. How is everyone? Before I get started, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this historic moment. Thank you to all of our friends at Pride Live, and I just feel so blessed to be up here with the Sing Harlem Choir on this beautiful Pride. So here we go. I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the sinking in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. Yeah, that's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we're glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Yeah, this is me. And I know that I deserve your love. There's nothing I'm not worthy of. This is me. Thank you. Happy Pride.
In the name of those who came before me.
In the name of those who came before me. In the name of those who came before me.
In the name of those who came before me.
I pledge to be brave and to be true to myself.
I pledge to be brave, to be true to myself.
I pledge to be brave, to be true to myself.
I pledge to be brave, to be true to myself.
To be brave, to be true to myself. And to fight like hell for equality.
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 Please welcome the United States Secretary of the Interior, Deb Haaland.
to be back on Lenape-Hoking once more and with all of you, and I acknowledge the ancestors who made it possible for me. I am so humbled to join my colleagues at the National Park Service, President Joe Biden and Dr. Biden, and this beautiful community to celebrate Pride. Whether you identify as a member of the LGBTQI+ community or as an ally who wants to do and learn more, each of us benefits from acknowledging and uplifting this community and the vibrance its members bring to our world. Pride Month is a moment to celebrate the hard-fought progress the LGBTQI+ community has secured over the last several decades, but it is also a reminder of the challenges and barriers this community still faces. We all have a role to play to ensure this country is a safe place for everyone. At Interior, we honor this commitment in a number of ways, from our ongoing work to creating workplace environments that help everyone thrive, to ensuring our irreplaceable public lands and waters are welcoming to every single person, no matter their background, to stewarding places like right here at Stonewall National Monument. Today, Stonewall helps tell the courageous story of those who stood up for their basic human rights and fought back against oppression and discrimination. Stonewall was a catalyst for the modern LGBTQI+ movement, and more than 50 years later continues to be a beacon of hope for LGBTQI+ people in America and around the world. Yet we know that there are places in our nation and around the world where the progress made on this hallowed ground is being threatened. Our celebration today is a resounding rejection of that misguided vision for our future. And this amazing new visitor center will ensure that current and future generations continue to learn why the history of Stonewall remains such a pivotal moment in our ongoing fight for true equality. This will be a gathering place of love and community for generations to come. For me, this work is personal. As the proud mom of a queer child and an ally who has been unwavering in my resolve and an ally who has been unwavering in my resolve to ensure every individual is welcomed and accepted, I stand with you and I will fight for you. As we celebrate this month and the community that made it possible, we recognize that our work is far from over. It is on each of us to craft a future better than our past and stronger than our present. A future that ensures everyone has the resources they need to live rewarding lives. Together, we have an obligation to tell the full and honest story of America while making our public lands and waters the places that belong to every single one of us, welcoming and accessible to everyone. It's such an honor to join this amazing group today. Thank you so much for your passion, your allyship, and your commitment to our shared future. Thank you all for the hard work and commitment that you gave to this beautiful project. It's such an honor to be with you. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Please welcome Stonewall pioneer, journalist, and author Mark Siegel.
Mr. President, Dr. Biden, and Diana Rodriguez and Anne Marie Geller for your vision a place where generations of LGBTQ people will come to learn our history and take pride in our community. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the birthplace of pride. For 55 years now, since I was 18 years old, this building has been a part of my life. I left Philadelphia at 18 years old because, as a community, we were invisible. We were so invisible that for me, growing up in a city of 1.6 million people, I thought I was the only gay person. We had to find each other through word of mouth. That word of mouth led me from Philadelphia to Christopher Street, from Christopher Street to Stonewall, and led me to that infamous night 55 years ago today. On the street, police might harass us. You could be a victim of a hate crime. But inside Stonewall, an illegal, dirty, dingy bar that sold watered-down drinks, we were safe. We were safe to be ourselves. This was the only place that a person like me could hold hands and dance. Then on June 28th, 1969, police began to barge into the bar. They threw people around and dehumanized us in a way I'd never seen before. When they allowed us to leave, we gathered. When they took refuge in the bar, we began to taunt them. Drag queens, street kids, activists threw everything they could at those doors, so much that police had no choice but to take refuge. For years, the police had incarcerated us. It was our turn to incarcerate them. The spirit of Stonewall united us and allowed us to build a community where there was none before. We asked our community to be out, loud, and proud. Over the last 55 years, our community has fought for the rights that seemed inconceivable in 1969. I'm proud to have been part of that movement. Today, I ask each and every one of you to follow in our footsteps by becoming a member of the Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center. This iconic place will help us award fellowships, commission researchers, and record voices and stories that need to be told. It's a project that I'm proud of, just as I'm proud of what happened here 55 years ago and all the work that followed building community and visibility. Just as Americans visit Independence Hall, Liberty Bell, or the Statue of Liberty to embrace the history of our country, now we can pay homage to a place where we began to fight for our freedom, our rights, our equality. Thank you for being a part of this historic moment.
Distinguished guest, the First Lady of the United States, Dr. Jill Biden.
There she is. Hi, dear. I'm not calling you.
Hello. Hi. Thank you.
so much. Gosh, looking at this crowd, I see the promise of pride in all of your faces. Joy, strength, and the beautiful boldness that brings you here today. As a writing teacher, I've always believed that the stories we tell shape our world. And this monument and visitor center tell a story that we all need to know, no matter who we are. It teaches us the power of hope and persistence. It inspires us to work harder for the world that our children deserve. It reminds us that our differences are precious and our similarities infinite. This is American history. And like so many victories that the LGBTQ community has won throughout the years, this is a work of love. Diana and Marie, with your hope and dedication, you've shown us that love can move mountains. You have the kind of partnership both in life and in your work that everyone hopes to find. And you've made sure to keep the diversity of this community at the center of your work. From today on, the Visitor Center and Monument will tell our nation's story to the teenager who comes here and discovers she isn't alone. The activist who wants to show his children what came before, and all those who wish to learn from the wisdom of the past and use it to help chart the course for our future. I'm grateful to you and to Pride Live for making that possible. Joe will never stop fighting for this community and our country and communities like this one. That's who Joe is. He wakes up every morning thinking about how he can make the lives of Americans better. Joe and I are proud to stand beside you today and every day. Now, please help me welcome the incredible forces behind today. Diana Rodriguez and Anne-Marie Gothard. Thank you.
Take a breath. So, thank you, Dr. Biden. Diane and I are so honored to have you here today, along with all of our family, friends, colleagues, and supporters who have made this day possible. And to all of you, welcome to our home. I can't believe it's finally here. The official grand opening of the first LGBTQ+ visitor center in the U.S. National Park Service. It's such an incredible manner or way to acknowledge Pride 2024 and the 55th anniversary of Stonewall. When we launched Pride Live 12 years ago, the idea was to raise awareness and support for the issues that affect the LGBTQ+ community and advance the fight for full equality. We've done this through music, educational events, and fundraising for both our community, including our Pride Live annual Stonewall Day concert, which I'm pleased to say the doors are opening as we speak at Hudson Yards. When it comes to the Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center, we owe a debt of gratitude to Valerie Jarrett. She planted the seed for what has become this incredible landmark. Back in 2016, during a casual conversation at the designation of the Stonewall National Monument, she said, "Now we need a visitor center." That's when we started discussion with National Park Service Superintendent Shirley McKinney about turning this iconic place into a landmark of its own. From a mere idea to this, the power of suggestion is truly remarkable. I want to thank everyone who has supported Diana and I through this process. To all of you here today, your presence means the world to us. We wouldn't be here without the incredible community behind us. The President and First Lady of the United States, Secretary of the Interior, Deb Haaland, Governor Kathy Hochul, Senator Christian Gillibrand, and Assemblymember Deborah Glick. And a special thanks to our founding partners, who we will be introducing, and you'll hear more about them later from Diana. Their early belief in our mission was instrumental, and we are deeply grateful for your partnership, as well as all those who stood by the designation in 2016. We are so thankful for you for serving as a voice for the LGBTQ+ community and helping us make this a reality. We'd also like to express our sincere gratitude to our dedicated board of directors, specifically Lisa Winning, Mark Warner, and Tom Garudo, for their unwavering support throughout this journey. Yeah, good enough. No. And of course, I want to recognize my partner in Pride Live and in life, Diana Rodriguez. Bear with me. Okay. All right. So, where do I begin? You're remarkable. You are courageous. You dared us to challenge the norm and champion the creation of the Visitor Center despite initial skepticism and naysayers. Your unwavering belief in this project has come to fruition, and it stands as a testament to your vision. Moreover, your willingness to step into the spotlight, and for those who know Diane well, her preference is to be in the background, just demonstrates immense strength. Your passion, your resilience, inspires me and so many more. So. We also want to thank the supporters and allies who continue to stand up for the LGBTQ+ community and help us create opportunities to share stories about our history and enable even more hope for our future. Your help tells the world that we can't be erased. We refuse to be invisible. Our community stands strong. This experience has been a tremendous opportunity for both of us to give back to a community that has given us so much over the years. It's in recognition of the rebels who started this journey 55 years ago. It's also a symbol of solidarity with LGBTQ+ youth growing up today who will always have a place they can come to and discover what the community is all about. As Cynthia Erivo sang so beautifully, home is a place where there's love overflowing. So we offer this gift to all generations of queer people, a home away from home. Today we connect the past and present here at the Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center. And together with all of you, I know we will continue to build a bright and equitable future for our community. So now, I have the honor to introduce someone who has championed LGBTQ+ equality, whose unwavering commitment has focused on critical issues like workplace discrimination and the well-being of LGBTQ+ youth, whose deep understanding of the challenges facing our community is coupled with a vision to make significant progress to a more inclusive and equitable future for all. Please join me in welcoming the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Madam Secretary. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Please. Hello, everyone. Happy Pride. Thank you, Anne-Marie and Diana. Thank you, thank you. They're off the stage already. I don't blame them. It's your love for each other and your vision for this community and for our country that brought this center to life. And I mean that sincerely. And I want to thank Cynthia for the beautiful performance. And by the way, thank you all for being here today and for being here, including the governor here. I was told she might be able to be here. Thank you. 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 T Where is she? Oh, there you are. Senator Gillibrand here. All right.
OMG, that's a big deal. He's the best! He's the fighter!
And I can see her sitting in front of me. One of the proudest appointments to this cabinet I've ever made, Interior Secretary Deb Haaland. And members of the National Park Service. Look, Jill just talked about the power of stories. 55 years ago today, on this hallowed ground, a pivotal story for our nation unfolded. The soul of the nation was literally tested. That's not hyperbole. The soul of the nation was tested. And the heart of this movement was ignited. And the course of history has changed forever. Not just here, but I traveled around the world. They look to us. They look to us, and it's part of our foreign policy as well now. This beloved bar became the site of a call to cry for freedom, dignity, and equality and respect. A rebellion that galvanized the LGBTQ plus community all across the nation, and quite frankly, around the world. I mean, you'd be amazed at the number of places I am, whether it's India or other places, where people talk about the gay movement here in the United States of America. I mean it. You marked a turning point in civil rights in America. You inspired the hearts of millions of people around the world. To this day, Stonewall remains a symbol of the legacy of leadership of the LGBTQ plus community, especially trans women of color. Who for generations have been at the forefront of helping realize the promise of America for all Americans. Look, in 2016, President Obama, I was his vice president at the time, designated Christopher Park as a national monument. Today, I'm proud to unveil a new visitor center for Stonewall National Monument, the first ever LGBTQ plus visitor center in the national parks in America. And it matters. It matters. We remain in a battle for the soul of America. I know I've said that for a while now. People looked at me when I first said it like I was kidding. I'm not. We're in the battle for the soul of America. But I look around at the pride, hope, and light that all of you bring. And I know it's a battle we're going to win and continue to make progress. LGBTQ plus people are some of the most inspiring people I know. And of course, the courage. You know, I talk to a lot of younger LGBTQ people in their teens and 20s, and I remind them, for a lot of people who started this operation, you took your life in your own hands, not figuratively, literally. You took your jobs in your own hands. You were put up in a position where you were so much to lose, and you still did it. You still did it. I remember my dad was dropping me off to get a license to be a lifeguard in Wilmington, Delaware, at the swimming pools. And I got out of the car in Rodney Square, they call it. And that's where the DuPont building is and the Hercules Corporation, all in that one quarter. And two well-dressed men were kissing each other. And I hadn't seen that before. I looked at my dad. I was 16 years old. Looked at my dad. And he said, "It's simple, Joey. They love each other. It's simple." He was a good man. And your courage and contributions enrich every part of American life. You set an example, I'm not exaggerating, for the entire world. That's what this center, this monument, this month is all about. So today, let's proudly remember who we are. We're the United States of America. And there's nothing beyond our capacity when we work together, and everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, no matter what their background. Period, period, period. as you can tell, I want to say a hell of a lot more, but I'm not going to, because I want to hear a guy, there's a guy that you've probably heard about. He's a dear friend, a guy like so many Americans whose family loves this iconic music. My family loves it. And of course, his incredible music career, he also empowered countless people to be themselves, be treated with dignity and respect they deserve, including those in the fight against HIV/AIDS, a fight he led with sheer willpower. 2 years ago, Jill and I had the honor to host him at the White House and bestow on him the National Humanities Medal, one of America's highest awards. So today, we're honored to be with him again here at Stonewall. Please welcome Elton John.
Hello, Greenwich Village. Thank you, Mr. President and Dr. Biden, for your kind introduction, for declaring Stonewall to be a national monument, and for your empowering words for our LGBTQ+ brothers and sisters, those here with us today, and those listening across America and around the world. I can say as a proud English gay man that this is one of the biggest honors of my life to be here today, having watched what took place 55 years ago. Thank you, too, for celebrating our place as equal and valued members of society and for taking concrete action to make our lives better. Today, we join forces to celebrate the progress we have made together and to remember that the fight for freedom and equality is an ongoing one. 55 years ago, in this sacred spot of the Stonewall Uprising, gay activists stood strong and ignited a movement that has changed history for the better. I'm grateful to be here today with my husband, David, sending love to our two beautiful sons, in part because the Christopher Street community rose up and took that bold stand. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Now, thanks to the vision of Pride Live and the queer women of colour behind Pride Live, Diana Rodriguez and Anne-Marie Gottard, Stonewall serves as a national monument where generations to come will learn the important lessons of this essential history so that we do not repeat it, because the job isn't done. Over 540 anti-LGBTQ+ bills were introduced in state legislatures across America this year. Disgraceful. And discrimination and criminalization threaten the lives of our LGBTQ+ family from Kingston to Kampala. At the Elton John AIDS Foundation, along with our partners and allies, we fight these human rights abuses around the world every day as we seek to open hearts and minds and find innovative ways to move forward. And, as President Biden has reminded us, today, too, we face one of those seminal moments. Do we stand up for our vision and our values, or let misinformation and senseless scapegoating turn back the clock? No way. No. In this moment, too, we must take pride and fight on. So let us honor LGBTQ+ people everywhere who have journeyed for justice and commit, as I do, as long as I'm still standing, to continue to stand with you as we together create a better, fairer, and more just world for us all. Thank you. Have a great and happy Pride. Bless you.
Good job, man. Good job.
This has been breaking news.